Good morning. This is how I'm getting my numbers. Every day I check this website. This is Roy Lab Stats YouTube channel. It's just a place to get numbers that I've decided on, and I put it into my own graph. Which looks like this. I marked a couple places on the graph, like where school's closed, where the border is pretty much closed here. Green is recovered cases, and black is total cases throughout Canada. When I'm done with these numbers, it's really helpful for me to only do this once a day, that I don't look at everyone else's graphs. But what I've been doing with these numbers is figuring out the daily growth day by day, so 31%, 30%, 30%, and I'm sure everyone's seen graphs like this which show the world spread with the agreed upon 33% roughly as an average. Canada's down here. It's nice to see that we're below that for spread. Now back to here. This number is really inconsistent still. So what I've done is iterate it down to an actual usable number here and put that onto this little graph. I'll zoom out and show you this. Now, the dark orange here, this is the irrefutable iterated data showing a trend. And as it gets lighter up to here, this is getting to be into the gray area. So right here is today. This is today's data put in. And it's just the way the iterations work. I'll kind of demonstrate that a little bit here. If I come up to here, so say for tomorrow and the next bunch of days, say 5 days in a row, we jump up and have a big spike of 33% growth. Just watch the numbers around here, which is where the graph is taken from, is the iterations. So I'll go 33. So 5 days at 33%. And we're still sitting the same here. So you saw all these numbers come up here as the trend goes up, right? But these are still pretty solid numbers back there. So when you're looking at trends and stuff, that's really what you need. And this is why it's difficult to start applying data that you hear every day and trying to figure out how things are going based on one number. Because you would really want to come down here into a nice, easy to believe scenario, which puts you May 1st. Remember, this is a rate of growth, right? This isn't total number. This is how fast the pandemic is growing. The blue, super optimistic, puts you May 1st at a number of 13.5 for all of Canada. The purple, which looks a little more realistic maybe, puts you at a total number, get down here, 65,100 by May 1st. So that's a pretty big discrepancy, which is why we're not releasing a lot of numbers, I don't believe, to the public, is that, these projections just aren't being released because it's so hard to understand the data and then get something reliable. That's a month out, right? So even half a month out, we're looking at a difference between 13,000 and 42,000. So that's a big number. And naturally, right, now we want to think, well, this must be a worst case and this is a best case. So realistically, we're probably somewhere in the middle here, right? But the reality is that we don't know. We could be somewhere up here, which would be a much different number. So for anyone interested, still with me here, the Alberta number, we're roughly 8.8% of Canada today. If we stuck that through, these two lines put us anywhere between 1,200 and 5,700 by May 1st. So just a little bit about numbers, and that's why it's hard to give anyone any kind of reassurance. Cheers.